bring your knees up and hold both of your knees side by side. Slide your hands over to hold your left knee and lay your right leg down. So this position right here is known as Pavanmuktasana or Apanasana. It's classically taught in a way in which the knee is being pulled toward the chest and the weight of the leg is leaning in toward your chest. We're going to reverse that actually. You're going to hold your knee firmly between your hands and push your knee away from your chest. Let your heel or ankle rest on the top of your props, so chair or whatever you're using under your legs. And let's look at your alignment here so that we can truly angle into the muscles that we're targeting. So the leg that's leaning into support fully, that's in that constructive rest position, that leg should be relatively up and down, okay? So perpendicular to the floor, not wonking out to the side. Your kneecap should be pointing toward the ceiling-ish. And really it's the same with the leg that you're holding. This leg, this knee is pointing toward the ceiling-ish as well, not wonking out to the side or crossing the midline of your body. In other words, if your spine is the center lane, then your right leg is in the right lane, your left leg is in the right lane, left lane, sorry. Another way to look at this is that your left knee is angling towards your left, sort of right between your cheekbone and your earlobe. Now you've pushed your leg away from your chest. I'm going to speak about that in a moment, but let me talk about how far away it should be. It shouldn't be so far away that it's back in that Shavasana position. It also shouldn't be so far away that you're straining to reach it. It should be away from your chest, but close enough that you have a firm hold. And you can decide where to hold depending on what works for your body. You might be holding your pant leg. You might hold the back of your thigh behind your knee. You might hold the top of your kneecap, kind of squeezing your kneecap. You might rest your hands on the shin bone side of your knee. Or you might have your palms on the thigh bone side of your knee. Figure out where your hands need to go so that your shoulders can relax though your arms are working, and so that your thigh muscles and pelvic muscles can let go. So if you can't reach your leg fully, your shoulders will tighten, your upper spine will tighten, and your pelvic muscles will tighten to try to provide stability. Once you've figured that out, and again, I'm going through more details right now the first time we do these practices in this practice number 1, okay? Once you've lined up yourself and you've found the source of support in your hands and arms, now you can let go. And here, because you've pushed your leg away from your chest, this is a less extreme angle. You're not stretching, but it's actually a deeper angle in terms of its effect within the body. Because now instead of the weight of your leg leaning toward your chest, the weight of your leg is leaning into and through your hip socket and into very tight, chronically tight, back to kindergarten tight layers of muscles attached to your tailbone and from your tailbone to other surrounding bones. You've lined up, you're supporting yourself with your hands, and then you let go. Your left leg and groin and pelvis should be so free from effort that if you remove your hands, your leg would fall out of this position. If you were to remove your hands and your leg stays there, you're using a ton of pelvic tension to hold it there. So let that go and let your arms do the work. This is like your leg and pelvis is like a newborn baby that's making no effort to hold itself up. And your arms and hands are that loving adult that's holding the newborn. And it's possible that that's a rare experience for you, to feel totally supported and safe to let go, but you can do it right now. And we've been here for some time, so we're going to take another breath or two. And bring your leg in towards your chest without pulling it. Bring your other leg up. Hold both knees. Hold your right knee now and lay your left leg back down. And we're going to do this whole thing now on the right side. So cup your knee firmly with your hands. Push your knee away from your chest. Not so far that you can't reach it. Your shoulders and upper spine will tighten. Your pelvis will grip. You want it away from your chest to change the angle in which your leg is leaning. Okay, but it needs to be close enough that you can support. You can have your hands resting, kind of just leaning on the shin bone side of your knee. Or you might have your hands pressing on the thigh bone side of your knee. You might hold the back of your thigh, the back of your knee. Or if it works for the kind of pants you're wearing, you might hold your pant legs. So your leg is away. It's in the right lane. So your knee is pointing towards a point between your right cheekbone and earlobe. And your hands and arms have found that angle and position in which they can do the job of holding your leg up. The weight of your leg is not leaning toward your chest now. The weight of your leg is leaning into and through your hip socket. This is the heaviest bone in your body. So the heaviest bone in your body is leaning into and through your hip socket and into very tight muscles attached to your tailbone, from your tailbone to other surrounding bones of your pelvis. For this to work, your leg and pelvis have to be free from effort. This means that your hands and arms are providing support like a loving adult holding a newborn. Your leg and pelvis, that is like a newborn baby that's making no effort to hold itself up and trusting completely the arms of a loving, reliable, available adult to hold it up. You are creating that experience for yourself right now. Even if it's unfamiliar, it is inbuilt into you, both to be a source of support and to let go, to trust. It may not be a familiar experience, but it is well within your human capacity. And you can do it right now. Your arms are holding your leg, and your leg and pelvis is letting go. And muscles deeply embedded in there, down there, are letting go. You may feel it through your low belly or hip crease, or through your groin, or sit bones, or maybe in a shift in your mind and state. And another couple breaths here. Progressively letting go with each extra moment in the pose. And then you're going to come out of Apanasana on this side. Just slowly bring your knee towards your chest. Don't yank it or force it. Kind of let it fall in toward your chest and bring your other leg up.